Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hey, don't I? Oh, hi guys, Olen guys, I greet you and Pila because I'm well, I'm doing well. It's been a minute, it's been a minute, and I am trying to deliver on a promise that I made. I promised you guys that I would do a video answering all the questions that you had about my union with my husband. Bengathanda ba abe ulapha, but what can we say? So guys, that's fine. He's not here. I will try to answer those questions. As land is sotang, I'll just read direct from Instagram, whatever. So let's get to it. Please. Look, can you take a good background? Please. Okay, fine. Okay. So where do we start? Oh, there's a lot of questions here. Where do we start? If I'm not going to in the background, but okay. The first question, not questions. Islungu will be the death of us. I tell you. How long were you in a relationship before he asked you to be his wife? Well, I think I have mentioned this before. We were not in a relationship. He just came to me and asked me to be his wife. That was it. One bona, one tanda, no relationship. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, the next question is describe. I hope describe what you first thought of each other. Well, Mr. Husband is not here to answer for himself, but now what I first thought of him when I received a message from him. Don't go to cheese boy, honestly. And I was like, nah, pake me, this guy is a cheese boy on that. But that turned out to be different actually. Guys in chat impondo, like a typical impondo man. You know. But yeah, I hope they connect what I think I'm doing. And now in text, I did not see Katina. That's because the features. Yeah, when you're growing up, you have isn't that you say I was told dark and handsome, but God had something different for me. Thank God, because it was perfect for me. He was not what I had in mind for myself, but he was the will of God for me. How did you know that he was the one? How did I know? First, it was the peace that came with him proposing. I felt peace, like so much peace. And then I believe God spoke to me a day after, and there was no doubt. I knew that he was the one. God spoke to me in a dream. There was, at the time, a lifetime commitment that I was actually making, not gonna make. That's done in the process of making a lifetime commitment. But when a figure, that did not matter. I put it on hold. Wow, he was the one. He just knew he was the one. Okay, what is your biggest fear in your marriage? My biggest fear is being caught up in the worldly ideas of what marriage should look like and miss out on the standards of God and miss out on what God has set marriage to be. Yeah, I fear uba ndingaba caught up in his standards of the world on how to be a wife, whereas there's always a standard, God's standard. It's easy to get caught up in the ideas of this world. It's easy to get caught up in the opinions of this world. So that's my fear, kulula, because sometimes bonakala ingathi ayizonto ezinobungozi, but yeah, that is it. Okay, how did we meet? Yo guys, is obande this thing, I can see. I was working at a garage, the garage that I'm currently working on. So Paya was a cashier, so he saw me there, a garage. He saw me there, and then he asked for a meetup. Now. Otherwise, yeah, that's how we met. Questions, that's why. Questions. How long did it take to say yes to MrsFeels' proposal? It took me. How long did it take? I think yes from the get-go, but I did not have the guts to say yes to someone I did not know, Yongelando. But I think yes from the get-go. From the moment he told me, I knew from the moment he told me that, okay, this is the one. Yes, but I could not say yes. I think now I won. But yeah, inoba nimphendule in a week or so. I don't know. But I can't touch it, guys. I can't bend guys. Just knew. How did you guys meet? And when are you planning to have a child? And coming to the issue of a child, I ask not to respond to that. I believe that this is a very sensitive issue for females. We do not talk about fertility of any female. It's very sensitive, because think about it. What if I have been trying for a child and man, you could be triggering some emotions. What if anzali? What if you could be triggering some wounds. So I'd rather not answer that and ask of you to never ever ask a question like this again. How did we meet? Okay, same question. What do you do when you face a difficult situation? No, I don't difficult situation, guys. But one thing that is important is self-introspection. And Koshoba in any difficult situation, but self-introspection is very important. And whatever challenge that we are facing, personally, I would love to know what have I done in all that self-introspection. But under a difficult situation by Injani, and obviously we go to God, we pray about it, we talk about it, find a solution to it, and then try to work on lower solutions for many. Do you get pressure from families or the church to have kids? Fortunately, no. We don't have any pressure. How is my relationship with my in-laws? It's perfect. Perfect. When I tell you it's perfect, guys, Anna, God blessed me into Balele. I have the most loving in-laws anyone can ever ask for. Guys, they are the most loving people. Like, actually, they are making this marriage thing easy because wow. Mamela emsebenzini, there's even into yoba xa ndithetha ngasenzi nam ndithe ekhaya, xa ndithetha about my husbands, brothers and sisters, osisi yabona nalana kuthiwa yo sisi uyayithanda indoda, uyawuthanda umendo, so uyayiona yonke loo nto. Hayi mna andisayingeni into yasekhaya mna, ndingwasemsinam mna, you know. That's how God it is. Like, it's good to an extent that I do miss home, but nah, the right upon corner, guys, I don't want to go back home. The right upon corner. How did we meet? I answered that. Did you guys date before you got married? No, we did not date. Sasingazani. We did not date. Umyeni wami ufike kum and asked for my hand in marriage, and it was a yes and yes. Yabanjalo, we did not date. So akunyanzelekanga banijole. Cha, akunyanzelekanga. Before nitshate niqale najola no. Umtshato ongcwele bantazini na, or ngumtshato ongcwele. I'm not dictating. I'm not saying it's wrong to date before you guys get married, but for me, I was always protecting myself because I did not trust myself, because I know kune beliefs ezininzi. There's courtship, abantu they courtship, zonke zanto, but you guys will date, and for me, I always had questions because I did not trust myself. I did not believe ndingajola and to not do the kissings and stuff, so I decided to stay away from it. So we did not date. How do you guys spend time together intentionally? Do you have things like dates, game nights, etc.? We're still working on that because Jen's busy, but we're trying to work on that, and it's one thing that I would love, honestly, to spend time, intentional time, just be in each other's presence. But I think iyazenzekela nje without planning it. I don't just guess plan it dates. We're not having much dates yet. We don't usually go to dates. Date nights, no. Game don't. No, we don't usually do those things, Shem. Being honest, that's one thing I want to work on. I want to work on being intentional in spending time together. Yes. What's the most important thing that you realized you need to work on about yourself? Patience. Guys, I thought in the snake. I thought I was patient. I thought I'm who brushes things over. I've had people or people who say hurtful things, and before but now I'm realizing that I'm too emotional. So I need to work on that. That's one thing I need to work on. My emotionalism, the emotional emotions. I'm too emotional, and I did not know this about me. It was not the case before. I think it's not the case with everyone else. How have each of your lives changed for the better because of the other? I don't know for Mr. Husband, but for me, it has given me a sort of direction. Not to say that I did not have direction before. I had direction, but I think now I know where I'm headed to. I know where I'm going. Stability, knowing that you're here, there's nowhere else to look. You're building with this person. Yeah, stability. It has given me stability, and it is making me better. I don't want to lie. It may be challenging, but it's making me realize izinto bendingazazi ngam, and I have the urge to work on those things because I want to please my husband. I want to be the best wife to my husband. So yeah, it's actually making me a better person. I don't want to lie. how do you navigate gender roles as a married couple? Let's say, hey, we once had a problem with this, but in the gender roles name, I always knew my roles as a wife, they are roles of a husband. I want, and again, I tell about being easily caught up in the ideas of this world. So listen, there was even a post I posted on Facebook and Instagram, something about my husband being the head, serving yonke lando. That's actually what I believe in, that roles, taking care of the house, taking care of the home is the wife's duty, and going out and hustling is the husband's duty. That's my belief. But listen, as women, I think a balance is lurking somewhere. I started working a garage. Hey, garage guys, it's peanuts. 2,000, as whole 2,000, but it's peanuts. But that little pisnyana job almost flipped up that idea. It made me, I would come back home, expecting my husband expecting my husband I think we had an argument about that up to a point, but it changed into usebenza, guys, is really not for abafaz, okay? Because for me, because now I'm working now, but it's not the case. uThixo udale uba abafazi babe ne-roles zawo, amadoda babe ne-roles lawo, like godly, in a godly way. Yes, we serve each other, but masithethe ke ngoku ngokukaThixo. You can't expect your husband to come back and cook for you, ebe uhaslisha. But ke that's for abantu abahlala endlini ke. I don't know bazothina abantu abasebenzayo. That sort of change isamane ngichikimisa kancinci ngoku, but ndizama uyi-instilla laa nto uba God, uThixo, this is his plan, this is his way, that I serve my husband, I make a home. You know, yonke laa nto, but in as much as it's hard, it's enzima, because at times can be okay, but I'm trying to work on it. Obviously, there are gender roles. I still do not believe in the 50-50 whatever, don't own. There are gender roles. There are roles for women, there are roles for the husbands, but obviously we serve each other. Does no one depend like Ashlina? How do you ensure you are a present wife while serving others? Being a present wife, it's hard, Kona, because Lendo, it requires uba you ask your husband how they're doing, how can you serve them best, yonke lando, how can you be present. But most of the time I will tell you, our husbands do not want to be straightforward with how we should serve them. Their response to that is that abafuna ukusithethe uba masenze kanjani, abafuna ukusixelela uba masenze njani yonke laa nto. But I believe that it's very important to know preferences zomntu, to know umntu uba udinga ntoni and all that. Actually, it makes life easier to know what to do, when and how. So yeah, you just ask your husband. I think that's the best way. Talk with each other. How can you be present? How does he feel loved? How can you make him feel loved? How can you serve him? Actually, kwayile question yobuza, I'm sure when we are growing up, umntu ngamnye has an idea uba I would love to have a husband like this, a husband who does this and this and this and this. I would love to have a wife who cooks for me, who washes my feet, who onkhulula impahla, onhlamba. Yabona laa nto, everyone have that preconceived idea of into ayifumanayo. That is very important. That idea ebehlele nayo umntu is very important in helping thina silapha kulo mtshato serve each other. So yeah, that's how we can be present, knowing what the other person wants, what the other person needs, what were their ideas of having a wife. How have you navigated first year of marriage? Ooh. Kuya kuba bhetele as time goes by. Kuya kuba sweet as time goes by. Like kuya kuba sweeter. It gets better. That's how I can put it. I was struggling kakhulu, especially with communication. Kakhulu, I was struggling to a point that I would say hurtful things. Oh guys, hurtful things. It was hard in the first few months, and then as we grow, we learn. But okay, the other person likes this, does not like this. As time goes by, we learn. So it gets better and better. How did we know that we are right for each other? That I answered that. What makes you fall in love with each other daily? For me, it's his sense of humor, and his sense of humor makes me fall in love with him daily. Oh, the fact that is my husband makes me fall in love with him daily. Honesty, he's honest. My husband is honest. Like, he tells into as it is. I love that. And as much as buying and hate at times, but I love that about him. Yeah. As Christians, how did you keep it pure during the courtship stage with not have the courtship? So yes, we call it courtship stage, guys. Yeah, and yes, guys, from there, I think after a few months, no, courtship stage, yeah, but it's minimizing the meetups. Courtship stage, no, I like and everything before simiswe niyazi nonke. Minimize the meetups. I do not trust myself. I did not. Like, yeah, I did not trust myself. That I knew that it would put me on the spot. So yeah, guys, minimize it. Before chatting, no. Okay, I've answered this. How do we resolve conflict in your household? We're still navigating this, but yeah, we are getting better. We're still navigating this, but in the balekle is to be honest and speaking with respect, respecting each other. Is very important. Yeah, respect is top tier. Nobody don't know each other. Say it with respect. Then I think you can easily resolve whatever issue that you have. Marriage highlights so far. Ebo. Marriage highlight that I have, okay, so far is loving the same person. Oh guys, they make you mad, you choose to love them. Marriage highlight actually it has taught me about love, but utando is not about feelings. No, love is not about ukuziva mhlawumbe uthanda namhlanje kusasa ungathandi yenye highlight endiyifumeneyo leyo. But even if you are angry but you choose to love the person, even if they make you mad, you choose to love them. Yeah, that is it. And also it's how close it is to God's kingdom. It's amazing the way it's so close to God's kingdom. You actually learn the love of Christ through marriage. You actually feel how it feels. No, bifilisha njani indlela uKristu mhlawumbe wayeziva ngayo, loving us yonke lando, like ciao. Did you guys wait for marriage to move in together? Yes. Did you date before saying I do? No, we did not date. Okay. You said you guys didn't date. How did you get to know each other to a point of deciding what this is the one? Actually, sis, as an ukwazana, knowing each other, sazene each other when we got into marriage. I said I do. Ndifuna ukumtshata. Even before I knew him, I tried to ask around and no one was willing to help me about him. I asked abantu, but akekho umuntu owancedayo, so it was just a walk of faith. Yeah, which brings me to this. Umtshato is a walk of faith. You walk in faith, you get into marriage having faith that this is the one person that God has created to be your husband. You're going to be happy. It's a walk of faith, actually, because the faith, you know that you do not know how it's going to turn out. You do not know how you're going to do it, but you just do it and give everything up to God. So, Sazenet, now when you got to marriage, have you always known him or no? You said you guys didn't know. I've answered that. Was getting married at a young age always been your dream, or it was just something that happened unexpected? It kind of happened unexpected because I think I had plans before I got married. I had plans, like about 5 years, I think, before for me to get married, about 5 years, and it happened sooner. Yeah, it was not part of my plans. Abantu would tell you, no, I will not get married until I do this, this, and this, and this. And then Mr. Husband came. Everything changed. Do you fight? Yes, we do fight. We fight like everyone fights. Is it fights? We do argue. My argument, we do argue. And I want to say this, arguments are, I think I honor arguments very much. I honor them because I think they help us get to know the person better. True arguments, you are able to know izinto umuntu azithandayo nezinto angazithandiyo. True arguments, uyakwazi umazi umuntu, okay, xa ndisenza kaso ureacta kaso, xa ndisenza kaso ureacta kaso. So without those arguments, I don't think there's a way we can know each other. Nake naya ecaweni iqumbelene, yes, sake saya ecaweni isiqumbelene. I think it was once. Because the first few months as on chat, sake saya ecaweni isiqumbelene. Do you think there was any shift kwindlela obukhonza ngayo before the man? For me, was there any shift? Hayi kodwa Nkosi yami ayikazi kumandi ukukhonza unendoda. Yeah, there is a shift. Kumandi ukukhonza unendoda. I'm just saying, but yeah, there was a shift. What's the pettiest argument you've ever had? Pettiest argument I've heard. Argument esakesabanayo was me. I think I cannot recall, but I didn't mad about what. But a pettiest argument was that ngoba mna expected him to know bandandiqumbele ntoni. I think a tendency that we have as females, siyaqumba mhlawumbi umuntu enza into. One thing about the guys, abakwazi mhlawumbi bayayenza into but bangayazi biqumbisile, and bangakwazi kuyicinga. I'm not sure noba bakwazi kuyicinga nyana, but ke yenzeka angayicingi umuntu xa soqumba iqunjiswe loo nto. But I think ndake ndaqumba and expected him to know uba ntoni endiqumbisileyo. Ibana laa nto you're expecting to ade athi act out, ade athi sorry, and it's not happening because mhlawumbi umuntu akazazi uba wonile yena and you're not saying anything. Awutsho uba uyasho xa senixabana kangoku uzobuza umuntu, do I read minds? Yayibana laa nto. How would I know uba ndiphoxile yonke laa nto? I think sonke as females we do that. To both of you, how did you know your partner? Okay, I've answered that. Have you always known him before you proposed? No. What advice would you give to the single people? Enjoy the single stage. Umtshato umnandi and yet challenging. When you are single, uziphilela wedwa, you don't make decisions that will affect abanye abantu. And when you get into marriage, it's not about you. So I think make the most of your singleness. Like, enjoy it. Date yourself. Like, enjoy it. Singleness, make sure you make the most of it, because lizophela elo xesha where you have to do izinto that please you only. when you are married, izinto zenzayo, you have to think about, oh, me and I uzoreacta njani, uzoyithanda, akazuyithanda. Yabona lanto, having to please the other person. So enjoy ubu single, bazalwane, enjoy. Kumandi mna single, andifuna ungasho. Discover yourself there, know your strengths there. Work on your relationship with God. Who says single? Because you're gonna need that when you get into marriage. You're gonna need that relationship with God. You're gonna need it when you get into marriage. Because I believe God is almost the only person you have ongakwazi kukunika advices that are sane, as no good intentions ngomtshato wakho, whatever. But yeah, work on your singleness. And also, do not think that love is about how you feel. When you're choosing a husband, don't choose because you have that burning what don't land with butterflies. No, umtshato is awuzuphelela with butterflies. You are going to live with that person. So know that you check your principles, values zakhe. Into are you going to be able to submit to that? Because I always say, mna nobutshate inxila. If inxila utshate usazi, iBhayibhile ithi abafazi must submit to their husbands. I believe even if uyanxila umuntu wakho, if you do not submit to him, that is a sin. So it's very important to work on knowing your values. This is what I'm looking for in a husband. He must have these beliefs, principles, as so do not compromise your principles when you're choosing a husband. Yeah, yo, look at me getting into a seminar. Yes. I think that is it. That is it for today. I hope nivile. I hope ilento benifuna lena. And I'm sorry that my husband could not join us. Akafuni, guys, like akafuni. But nonetheless, baby, ngicazovela ndacela baby ubalekile. Do you record the phone? But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and staying with me. I hope I can't get sit. I hope to see you soon. I'm hoping to see you soon. I'm telling Mr. Husband to join me, but in some other stuff. But guys, today is our anniversary. Happy anniversary to us. Thank you so much. Have a good day. I love you. God bless you. Bye.